Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum friends. Welcome back to the latest transfer episode we have for today. We are doing this afternoon session. Now we have got some of the news. It's been pretty slow this day today. Haven't got those many transfer stories, but we have some of them. Maybe almost you could say they are up to the level of completion. And most of the stories it has to be a done deal kind of thing. So let's see how this one goes, and we'll go through one by one. I want to start with Arsenal, and the reason I want to start with Arsenal is due to the fact that they are in talks with Lisandro Martinez, the centre back, and the reason I want to talk about that is because it has come to notice that Manchester United are in serious talks with Ajax. They have made a bid in for 39 million euros, and it seems that they are speaking to Ajax about the player. They want to speak to the player representatives as well. Now, what does this do for Arsenal? Will Arsenal try to raise the bid? Will they try to go in with a better offer in terms of contract? What does it do with Martinez? Does he choose Arsenal? Does he choose Manchester United? He has played for Erik ten Hag. He knows how Erik ten Hag plays. He understands the way Erik ten Hag operates and what he wants, what he demands. Now, the fact of the matter is that Lisandro Martinez would anyway wants to play in Premier League. It doesn't matter where. Now, if Arsenal would have qualified for Champions League, you could have said that Lisandro Martinez would have thought that, you know what, Arsenal are playing in Champions League. Maybe that's better for me in terms of career, and it's better for me to go in for Arsenal. Whereas Arsenal haven't been able to qualify for Champions League, so they're in the similar boat as Manchester United. Now, would you ask which has more pull? Is it Manchester United or is it Arsenal? I think the fact of the matter is it all depends on how much the club themselves want the player. Now, if Arsenal would say that, you know what, it's Erik ten Hag, and because he's his ex-manager, so he would want to play for his old boss, and that is reason enough that we shouldn't go back for him. I think that doesn't help you. I think it all depends on the case that what Arsenal really want. What do they really think? It is basically upon that they go after him. They say to him, listen, you know what, we know that Manchester United are interested in you, but we are more interested in you. And for that fact of the matter is that we're going to bid more, and we're going to offer Ajax a little bit more money. So if that is the thing which is done, because I'm expecting Arsenal to come back for Lisandro Martinez, at least to give another 2 to 3 more million. And if they're able to do that, then they can send a signal to Lisandro Martinez saying that, you know what, this is what it is. We were interested before than any other club, and we really want you. We think you're important, and we are willing to go a little bit more for you, and we would really love to have you. I think that might help the Arsenal cause in order to get him. And the players, they do tend to think that, you know, which clubs wants me more. It really affects them. I do understand the pull of Erik ten Hag for Lisandro Martinez as well as Manchester United. Now, if the player thinks that he wants Manchester United over Arsenal, then it is done. Now, Lisandro Martinez has mentioned that he loves to play for Erik ten Hag. He also likes Manchester United, but still I would say that Arsenal are still in the race. There's so many journalists who are saying that Arsenal are still into this. David Ornstein said the same thing. It all depends what Arsenal want to do. If they're able to pull this, then they will definitely get Lisandro Martinez. Now, speaking of Ajax, I would want to report to you about another player of Ajax who has been reported with a move away. It's Tagliafico, who plays as a left back for Ajax. He has been reported that he's looking for a move. Now, the club which has come in is Lyon. Remember, Lyon were interested in Malacia, who is almost completing his move to Manchester United. So if Malacia moves to Manchester United, Lyon were interested in him. They bid in 13 million euros plus 2 million euros in add-ons. Now that deal is covered. It's done. It's not going to happen anymore. So Olympique Lyon, they have moved for a new target, which is Tagliafico. He is looking for a move. Will Ajax sell him to Lyon on what money? That means that Ajax are almost clearing out most of their squad. Like if you look at the likes of Haller, Gravenberch, Mazaroi, Lisandro Martinez, Tagliafico, maybe Anthony as well to Manchester United. That's almost 6 personnel who are going to leave the club. So that means Ajax are going to rebuild the squad again. And that depends on how much Ajax need the money. So because if they're going to sell all these players, they would want top dollar. Would Lyon be willing to spend that? I think there's another club who is into running, and it has been reported as well. It's going to be Brighton. Remember, guys, Brighton are going to sell Cucurella to Manchester City. So if they sell him for 40 million, that means that Brighton have some money to spend. And Tagliafico, his valuation is going to be between, I think, 10 to 17 million euros. So if you can get a player of good quality like Tagliafico, you can, you can kind of take the hit for Cucurella. And I think it's going to be a quite interesting thing. What does Tagliafico decide? Would he want to move to France? Would he want to move to English Premier League? I think English Premier League has more pull. But remember, it's Brighton. So I do not know if he's willing to go to Brighton rather than Lyon. So we'll wait out and see how this one goes. So this is so far what we have right now in terms of Ajax. With Anthony, so far nothing has come up. Maybe Manchester United do their deals and then they will move back for him. Now I'm going to talk about Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest are really busy in the transfer market. They have signed Dean Henderson from Manchester United on loan. So they have got a pretty good goalkeeper, and that means Dean Henderson is going to play there for a year. And there is another movement by Nottingham Forest. They are getting closer to signing Moussa Niakhaté. The deal is at final stages. Agreement is in principle with Mainz on the fee, and some details need to be sorted out. So that means Niakhaté is going to be the next signing after Avani, Dean Henderson, and Yulan Biancone. So that means Biancone. And that means that Nottingham Forest are trying to slowly rebuild the squad, getting ready for the Premier League. Now I'll be moving now to Everton. We'll be speaking about Everton now. Everton have officially signed Tarkowski. He has joined Everton on a free. First signing completed. The contract is going to be for 4 years until June 2026. So Everton signing a pretty good player. Remember, Tarkowski was the captain of Burnley, which was relegated last season. So he will be playing for Frank Lampard. So Frank Lampard moving sensibly in the transfer market, trying to get some of the moves which will cost him less money, and then he will try to add some of the quality addition. Remember, he has got now some money in the bank after selling Richarlison to Tottenham. So for that reason, Everton are looking at multiple names such as Zinchenko as well as Gallagher from Chelsea. They are also looking at Harry Winks of Tottenham, and it seems that Everton are looking into the transfer market quite sensibly, and they would want to explore some of the other options. Maybe there might be some other moves which will be quite surprising as well. But let's see how do Everton do in the transfer market. But so far, this is what they have done. Now I'm going to come back to Brentford. It has been reported that Brentford are set to sign Aaron Hickey on a permanent deal. The Scottish talented fullback, he will join for £14 million plus the add-ons. He will be signing. He'll be coming from Bologna, from Syria. So that means Brentford are signing a good fullback, and they are still working on that Ericsson deal. We will see what does he decide. Will he choose to go with Manchester United or will he choose to go for Brentford? It's yet to be seen, but we'll wait out and see how does that one goes. And speaking of another news in which we're going to be speaking about Manchester United, it has been reported that the deal for Frankie de Jong is edging closer and closer. Now Frankie de Jong has accepted that his future lies away from Barcelona. He will be agreeing a deal with Manchester United. So that means it's just a matter of days, if not hours. And once that is sorted, once the fee is sorted, once the agreement is sorted, we will soon finally hear the news. Maybe David Ornstein or maybe Fabrizio Romano will be bringing this news all over the internet that Manchester United have agreed a deal with Barcelona and Frankie de Jong will be moving to Old Trafford. It's just a matter of days, that's what I think, because the last bid, which was made of 65 million euros plus 20 million euros add-ons, it's the structure of those add-ons, and I think is going to be more relatable to achievable clauses. So that means it's not going to be one of those clauses that says if Frankie de Jong wins the Champions League, if Frankie de Jong wins so and so. I think it will depend upon the appearances, on the goals, and that will be those clauses with Frankie de Jong. Whereas in another transfer move, I think Manchester United will also sort of try to go for the likes of Ericsson. I do know that they have given him an offer of 150,000 week contract. Now, is he willing to accept that? The contract is for 2 years, I think he will ask for another year, maybe a 3-year contract. But we'll wait and see what does he has to decide, because if he opts to stay in London, then he will definitely sign for Brentford. But if he opts to leave London, then for sure that it will be the pull of Manchester United as well as Eric Ten Hag. So we'll wait and see for that one. So let's see what do Manchester United do. They have already got Malacia. So Frankie de Jong and Eriksen will be next. Whereas they're still speaking to Ajax for Lisandro Martinez. But due to there is an interest from Arsenal, they have made a bid as well. I think it's going to be a little bit difficult. It's going to take a little bit of time. So we'll wait out and see what happens with that one. So this is so far what we have for Manchester United. As for Barcelona, once they sell Frankie de Jong, then we'll see some of the movements they will be starting to do in the transfer market. Most probably they will announce Kessie as well as Christensen as the free signings. Then they will move on to Lewandowski, and perhaps they will be moving towards Jules Koundé. Let's see how that one goes as well. So Barcelona transfer will start once that Frankie de Jong deal to Manchester United has taken place. Now, speaking of Chelsea, I'll also let you know that apparently Thomas Tuchel really wants Raheem Sterling. Now, he has said that he wants Raheem Sterling at all costs. So Chelsea are making sure that they get Raheem Sterling. It depends on Manchester City. Once they completed this Calvin Phillips deal, then they will look to sell one of their stars, because they will have to balance the books as well. They are trying to achieve this almost a positive net spend. They want to save some money so that they could show some money in the balance sheets, and they can show that they are working under the FFP. So that is the reason why they're working in this transfer window quite sensibly. And it might be the reason that there is delay in Raheem Sterling deal to Chelsea, because due to the fact that Calvin Phillips deal is still to be done. Once that is done, then we'll see Raheem Sterling moving to Chelsea, and then we will see Manchester City moving for Cucurella, and they will offer the 35 to 40 million to Brighton. So that is what's going to happen with Chelsea. There is also news that Chelsea are looking at many options in the centre back positions. So Chelsea are still working. They want to get 2 defenders at least. Remember, Rudiger and Christensen have left. There's only Thiago Silva. So they are really looking forward to get some of the names in the centre back positions. So this is what we have so far, guys. And hopefully I'll be reporting to you more about the news in the evening transfer update. So please do tune in at 8 p.m. UK time, 8 GMT. So hopefully I'll see you then. And thank you very much for watching, and have a nice one. Thank you very much.